Hey everyone, this is Mike from the Comic Book Trove. I'm here today with another video review. Today, for a change, I'm not taking a look at an omnibus. I'm actually taking a look at, well, still an oversized hardcover, but one of DC's fairly recent deluxe editions release. Of course, I'm talking about the Justice League of America by Brad Meltzer, deluxe edition. This is a really good run. It's not going to be a full review that I'm going to do today of this, just because although I have read the material, it's been a long time since I did I think at least 5 or 6 years, so more of an overview. Just going to give a look through the book because, to be honest, when I myself was trying to find some videos to show this book off, as I was deciding whether or not to pick up this edition, couldn't find too many videos of it online, so I thought maybe this could be of use to people who are in that situation. Luckily, I know the run is good fun anyway, so I just went for it. But I know it can be great to take a look at these things in advance if you're thinking of getting it. So the cover art here, really nice work by Ed Benes, who does a lot of the penciling in this book as well. One of my favourite artists, I've got to say. I think his artwork is always great. So we'll see plenty of that as we take a look through. The spine there, pretty standard stuff. And this cover is a wraparound, so it goes all around the back. And you see plenty of iconic characters. In terms of the contents in here, you get Justice League of America issues 0 to 12, and a couple of crossover issues with the Justice Society of America as well, which was being written by Jeff Johns at the time. So under the dust cover, get this really nice, again, wraparound image by Ed Benes. Just take a look at that beautiful artwork here. It looks absolutely stunning. I really like it. And this run, so this Justice League run, it takes place, I think, shortly in the aftermath of Infinite Crisis. So after the events of Infinite Crisis, much of the DC universe is kind of left in turmoil. Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman are kind of driven apart during that event, but here they sort of come back together and decide that despite whatever differences they have, or whatever they've been through, the world still needs a Justice League, to try and help out people and situations when they can. So the early issues here are kind of focus on kind of revisiting Justice League moments from the past. This initial issue, I think it was a 0 issue. Might be wrong on that one. There's no content. There's no table of contents in here. So, and the covers as well, just to point out, they're like virgin covers like this. So no issue numbers on there or anything. But the covers are mostly by Michael Turner, the late great Michael Turner, so that's something else worth pointing out. All very nice covers in here, as well as the interior artwork. But this issue is done in a kind of retro style. You can see it sort of looks like Adam West Batman in a way, as it kind of covers, kind of events from the past, showing how the Justice League initially formed. Oh, I got a glued page there. A bit frustrating. Seems okay. Is it? Yeah, it's all right. And yeah, and it kind of just sort of is like a quick run through history of the Justice League that brings us up to the present, where the team decides that we need to continue this. The Justice League is a force for good, and it needs to exist, but we need to pick a new team. And you get a sequence pretty early on where where they do exactly that. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman kind of take the roles of leaders upon themselves. Cool couple of panels here, like the old and the new. Very cool. The Ed Benes artwork in here, honestly, really, really nice stuff. And yeah, so it kicks off here. So Ed Benes, I think, as I take a look through here, and if you take a look at the art yourself, you probably see it's quite striking artwork. One of the things Ed Benes is best known for is I think he tends to get described as a kind of cheesecake artist, if you know what I mean by that. Kind of quite a bit of gratuitous artwork, maybe sexy artwork when it comes to the ladies. That may or may not be your thing. It might be something that puts you off. It's worth mentioning because there's a bit of that in here. I wouldn't say anything over the top that particularly crosses a line, but definitely he likes to draw beautiful women. So keep that in mind. You'll probably see a few examples of it as I flick through here. He's not shy about it. But overall, that aside, just in general, I think he's an excellent artist, and the detail in his work is it's just fantastic. It makes these issues, he draws most of the issues in here. I think he draws issues 1 to 7 and 9 to 12, something like that. So it's, majority of it is by him. But it's just good fun. Now I say I don't want to talk about it in too much detail because I'll probably get things wrong just because it's been so long since I read it. Maybe I'll revisit this book and discuss it in more detail again at some point after I read it again. But for the moment, I thought it would be nice to just showcase it, and as I said, just give people who maybe aren't too familiar with it or just aren't too sure about this particular version, this book specifically, an idea of whether or not you want to pick it up. Because if you're anything like me, if you're watching this at all, then you probably are something like me in that you find it helpful to check out videos of books that you're interested in before you commit to buying them, because let's be honest, this is not the cheapest hobby in the world, is it? So you want to make sure you're investing your money in something you actually want and not something you're going to get and regret, which I think we've all done. I've done it, certainly. So yeah, it's cool stuff going on here. I think it's great to see some different team members because, throughout here you get obviously Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, who you'd expect, but you also get Black Canary on the team, Vixen, Red Tornado. He's the central focus of the first story arc, actually. It centers around him. Red Tornado's a cyborg. Not a character I know a whole lot about. In fact, I think I've only read about him when I last read this. Don't remember really seeing him in other story arcs too much, but he's a cyborg who I suppose his nearest Marvel equivalent would be the Vision. But they are, they're different. They're not quite the same. Artwork like this, I love this stuff. But yeah, Black Canary takes a central role. She kind of becomes a sort of secondary team leader. And there is it explores the tension as well. The team members come into conflict a little bit, specifically Black Canary most of all, with Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman, because of the way that they have just sort of assumed that they're going to be the leaders, they're going to be the ones making the calls. And she's kind of saying, well, we're a team. Why should you be the ones that get to say all this and decide what we do? Really cool here. Fold-out page. You don't see too many of those in collected editions, so it's always quite nice when you do. But this is excellent. Check out that. That's beautiful. Wonderful image. Nice little group photo. And I love the details of the previous incarnations of the team as well in the background. Really nice stuff. Love a good fold-out page. And yeah, so I just think this is a lot of fun. So it's of all the Justice League stuff I've read, this part of this series I thought was really strong material overall. Really liked it. I also really liked the New 52 Justice League run. Just had an omnibus released for that first volume recently as well. That may be the better jumping on point for new readers looking to start reading Justice League, because this is pre-New 52. There was no reboot that kickstarted this particularly, so there is still quite a lot of references to DC's past, its previous history. But I don't think it's particularly important to do any reading. Not much necessary reading to do before you go in here. For the most part, I think you can enjoy it, regardless of whether you're fully clued up on DC's vast history. Really cool artwork in here. This is the sort of stuff I'm talking about, with arguably that sort of cheesecake style. Ed Benes isn't going to resist that when it comes to Power Girl, probably of all characters. But yeah, as I say, for me, his artwork is more than just that. It would be unfair to say that's all he's about. A lot of lesser known characters, I would say, make appearances in here because of that crossover with the Justice Society. So, characters that, unless you're particularly a fan of DC, you may not have too much exposure to before. Nice spread there, nice double page spread. It's Michael Turner covers, great stuff. Seriously missed Michael Turner, was a great artist. So this series ran on for quite a while after after the content of this book. So you get the first 12 issues in here, and the series did continue up till about, I think about 70 issues or something. It ran right up until DC rebooted everything with the New 52 anyway. But I don't think the series was as good really as it was during these initial 12 issues, which is why for me I'm happy to just get this deluxe edition. I think this contains as much of the series as I feel like I need to own. Sadly, after this point, the series just became really bogged down in just crossover event after crossover event, and it really disrupted the flow of the series. Which is not to say it was all bad after this, but at least during these issues, Meltzer was able to just tell his own story. And yeah, so in the back, get a few extras here. You know, covers, variant covers, featuring you know, most of the characters. I really love that. That's what's on the book itself, but I love that. Really nice Michael Turner Wonder Woman there as well. So, you know, overall, I think a really nice book. Well worth checking out and getting hold of if you are, you know, looking to get some Justice League stories in your collection. I feel like this series is maybe partly overlooked. I like these bookend images as well. So you get this one by, I think that's Ed Benes, and then at the beginning as well you got this one, which is Alex Ross. So plenty of good artwork on and in the book. Hopefully that was useful. You know, as a good little overview. As I say, not too much detail there for that one, but I think maybe that's enough to give you a clue as to whether or not it's something you feel like checking out. So thanks as always for watching, guys, and if you want to leave a like on the video, comment below. You know, always happy to interact with any of you. But otherwise, I'll catch you again soon with another video.